because I was doing that. Welcome back, everybody, to ACG, where we're just a couple gamers. I'm your boy Smooth.
I'm your boy Doxtronomus.
And this is episode 38. Ain't nothing but a gangsta party. I've got Doc with me. I've got T-Rex in the building, y'all. But I gotta do my what's that?
I said, what's up, everybody? How we doing?
Very well today, my friend. Thank you for joining us today. You've been making a lot of appearances lately. I know the people are definitely appreciating that. But while I do this, I'm gonna let Doc do his thing and let you say hi to the people, and we'll take it from there.
Appreciate you. Well, everybody, it's Monday, huh? Welcome back to another podcast. In events today, there's quite a few events in the Godfather's here, so we can basically tag team on this one. Before that, though, I want to announce the first ever Godfather tournament. Once again, guys, I'm going to keep announcing it until it's ready to go. We do have a first ever Godfather tournament. We are asking for participants. The easiest way to do it is subscribe to the Mobile Mafia Discord and follow. And then here's another thing: just say hello. What server you're from, right? And then if you guys are really interested, put a team together. And like I said, we have a Godfather tournament in action. We are backed by the developers. We are having prizes from the developers, so be on the lookout for that. But once again, if you don't join the Discord, you won't know what's going on, right? Another thing that we're asking on the podcast is we're asking for moderators in different zones. So in the segment that we do in the beginning, which is Doxtronomus' update or events, we literally give out scores of our events, or we give an update of the events in our zone. So for example, if you guys are in server wars, server merger, and you guys just want to throw your zone business out there, meaning nothing like you don't want to say, but there's stuff that you can say, just come on the show. Reach out to our moderators. There's the Goderator, there's Leisha Mac, Lethal Woman, there's me, there's Smooth. So there's a variety of people you can reach out, okay, and touch. And just say, hey, I like to participate. Very easy. No pressure. Just gonna put that out there for y'all too. Another thing that we got going on right now, and we touched on it yesterday when it comes to the events, guys. And T-Rex made a valid point, okay? Especially the non-spenders. The flower event is going on today, guys. Take advantage of the festival celebration event, also known as the flower event, okay? It's going on for 12 days. Please, guys, take advantage of this, okay? The rewards, I assure you, are amazing. Listen to what I'm telling you. You do receive hobby items that spenders usually can get on what they do, but non-spenders, you're going to have to work extra hard or do extra things. Guess what? This flower event helps you, but you have to participate in this flower event, okay? T-Rex, you want to touch on that as well? Or did I hit it on here?
No, you're good, man. Again, it's a really good event. You could get, items to star up your troop tier levels. There are other abilities that they have over there. You can get all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of really, really good events going on right now. I think you're about to touch on the next one, which is why not one of you and Smooth's favorites.
What's that?
This next one, guys. The investment event.
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you, okay? Peep this out for a second, okay? The investment event, participate, get involved, and be motivated, okay? Because the investment event is another great resourceful event for you non-spenders, okay? Now, to get into the event, you have to spend 1,000 gold. What's 1,000 gold? Very simple. Go spend the shit, right? There's no going around that. You can make that 1,000 gold back when you start investing. Because here's the thing. Once you invest 1,000 in gold, you start receiving investment coupons when you are doing your dailies, when you go hit neutral games, when you do your story mode, right? So because you do your dailies, you'll have opportunities to receive coupons to invest. Now, there's 4 categories from my understanding. I'm going to say 4. The first, second, and third. Okay, I don't know the names per se, and I don't want to shoot names out there, but I know for a fact, usually the middle one, okay, he gives you imprints. All right, let me explain what I mean by that. I just picked up 500 gifts. These guys were on the phone yesterday, but I picked up 1,070 investment coupons. I invested that whole 1,070. I received 500 imprints, 500 gifts, and all of those gifts had imprints in them. So I have a shitload of imprints to do on top of the imprints I have. That's just an example. Okay, now that's just me. Now I don't know how T-Rex likes to play, but that's just my style. But definitely take advantage of that because you have 12 days. That's almost 2 weeks that you can take advantage of it, guys. Am I right or wrong, T-Rex?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. And guys, it's a lot of items that you're gonna acquire. You're doing your dailies anyway, or you should be. So when you get those coupons, you spend 1,000, get invested into it, get some items out of it, and those imprints, you're going to get white imprints, maybe some green, I think. It's just fodder to put in when you're combining those other imprints and you're getting those levels up on the imprints so that you can work those towards improving your main imprints.
Right.
Okay. So you're going to turn the white to green, the green to blue, the blues to purples, the purples to orange. Keeping in mind, anytime you change colors, you want to keep the attributes that are on it. You got to throw some dust on there.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get some dust.
Got to throw some fairy dust, guys.
Right. That magic fairy dust, you throw that on there, you save whatever it is. And keep in mind, the higher tier you're going, the more dust you need. So you got to get that dust from, you do your dungeon, and, that goes into the event. There's a tab on the event page where you get to collect, some items, and then it gives you, there's a shop in there. You can buy the dust from the shop. We'll go more into detail on that if somebody needs to. But I think mostly everybody knows where that is by now. So it's a great event. I know Doc and Smooth love that event. I'm a fan of it myself. I kind of spread my wealth out amongst the 3 different tiers because I like, each one gives something different or a little something different. And in the long game, I think you need a little bit of diversity so that down the road, when you open up more things in the game, you start unlocking or awakening, your capos, and you start unlocking books and stuff like that. You have those items you need to increase those levels.
Right. And guys, like I said before, please take advantage of this event. Okay, it's a good event that's going on right now. Athena just mentioned, just remember, locking the imprint in does not protect it. You do have to clip protect. So that's what.
Right.
So we're adding a step onto what T-Rex is saying. After you sprinkle Tinkerbell dust on the imprint, you need to clip the protect so it doesn't go nowhere. Okay, guys?
Locking it in just makes it so that you don't accidentally throw that in when you're upgrading other imprints.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you don't whoopsie-daisy and lose a great imprint.
Right.
I have a question.
Because I'm saying right now, you can lose a great imprint like that, and you will be pissed off.
Yeah, like me.
That imprint may not come back.
Yeah, like me twice. I did that twice.
I didn't want to say that.
He said, "See, I didn't want to say
that." He did that to himself.
Yeah.
So
Listen, guys.
People know. You don't need to tell them.
Listen, guys. I do want to say this. Okay. Just wait. You guys yell at me all the time. You guys are literally screaming across the world from your, whatever you're watching this on, at me every time you guys see me fucking up, opening up all my shit, and you guys are like, "What are you doing? Stop!" Like, Sterling had to jump on call. He wasn't even trying to really join the pod. He jumped on a call just to be like, "Hey, asshole, stop spending fucking chips." Like, so I get it. And that's what this is here for, guys. To stop you guys from making the same mistakes that I made. Because we all know Smooth is a walking Godfather mistake. Okay? That's my thing. But luckily I got you guys. I'm already improving just by not opening all my shit. See?
Don't be so hard on yourself, Smooth.
Oh, I'm never hard on myself. I have you guys for that. Athena says you can easily gain 15K or more gold from the investment event. So a great return of the initial 1,000 gold. That's great. That's not only a great point, but those are great stats. She's straight up telling you can easily gain 15,000 gold or more from the initial investment. Right. She's throwing straight up fact numbers out at us. So spend that 1,000 gold, guys, and get over your 15K gold, okay? Xena just jumped in. Angel jumped in. What's up, buddy?
Hey, go to our hive so you can show our purge happening.
Yep. Going right now. So I just want to tell you guys a few things that we're going to be going over tonight. Number one, as you guys read the title, saw the picture, this is going to be, I think, a really great pod episode because we have a lot of ideas we want to throw out to you guys, and we also want to get back on some of these. We want to know what you guys think about some of the events that we can do here on ACG, so that you guys, you feel like you're giving us suggestions and we're listening. That's kind of like what we're hoping for. Okay, so and I apologize about the grainy footage. I don't know what is going on with my phone. I promise. Whatever I have to do, you guys will not have to deal with this again. But I'm going to keep going in and out here, guys. I apologize. It looks like the footage is really, really grainy. But anyways, we have Purge going down at our family hive here. I'm trying to give... There we go. Now you guys can see it. So you guys can have an idea of the activity that we have of players here. It's actually kind of insane to see such a big active family doing this here. But as far as the ideas, I had an idea where we can do a Mafia party night, try and keep it on the same day every week. That way you guys know what to expect. I'm going to do a suggestions tab in the ACG Discord, and you guys can drop your suggestions for videos and stuff like that we can watch. But I thought having a gangster movie night and starting it at a certain time, and then obviously showcasing the game. We can still have our conversations, try and keep it light conversation, game related, and just kind of watch gangster movies, or a gangster movie, or maybe even start The Sopranos, something, I don't know, something gangster related that we can do as a group, and just chill out. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't exactly have to be game related. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to constantly be coming up with a topic to talk about. We're going to get burnt out that way. But keeping it gangster and mafia related, I think would still work. So that's one suggestion. If you guys like that idea, you guys have any ideas for the first gangster movie we could play or gangster show, I'd totally be down to showcase that while we're doing a live. But this is the importance of having Chat Mafia with us here, guys, is so that we could, bounce ideas off you guys. You guys could give us ideas and just know that we're writing them down, taking them very seriously. Congratulations again to the winners of the drawing for the 3 Godfather pack prizes. Congratulations to you guys. I personally did not think Xena or Lady Chaos was going to win. I don't know if anybody reached out to Lady Chaos to let her know. But yeah, that was very surprising. I thought for sure it was going to be T-Rex, Frigg, or Subutai.
Not shocking at all.
The potato never wins, huh?
No, Mr. Potato Head does not ever win.
It's okay. I don't win shit either. Like, when I win something small at the fair or something, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh, I won? Really?
Yeah. To be fair, had I won, I was probably just going to donate it anyway.
Okay.
Being that, I feel like I've become a regular on the show. And, I don't really need the prize, so I was going to donate it to a less, maybe a less fortunate or somebody who doesn't spend, maybe needs a pack or something like that.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
But keep it in the family.
Yeah, that's nice, man. I appreciate that. Really? Xena says, it's karma. I'm not the bad guy. we're just gonna leave that right there. Okay. We're gonna leave that right
there. That's all I'm gonna say about that one right there, players.
I'm starting to see a trend here. First of all, Angelito is going straight up just insane right now on these gangs. But I am starting to see a trend because I didn't see Angelito on the rankings for neutral gangs, but he's absolutely smashing the purge right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, neutral gangs, that's a tough one for me sometimes too, because that's like one of those grinder events. You know, you gotta be on there and constantly sending marches. I have trouble with that one as well. Just you know, when I get on, it's like I have 10, 15 minutes here, 5 minutes there. I don't have hours to just sit there and grind away at neutral gangs, which is one of the reasons that I like to do the flower shop event to get Capo items so that maybe I can unlock Captain McCluskey and have him do the neutral gangs for me.
Yeah, bro, that was the best investment of hobby items ever. McCluskey is a beast. As a matter of fact, my dumbass realized I didn't even have him in my march all day, giving me that speed boost. I didn't realize it until I had like an hour left on the event, and I was like, "Oh fuck my life!" Like, no wonder these guys were putting up serious points like faster than me. I was like, "How are they doing this?"
Yeah, and so side note with him for the purge event, he works as well. You know, you get him in one of your other marches. And it's like, why is my F3, you know, out racing my F1 to go hit, you know? And but listen, in this event, you know, the frequency of how often you can hit makes a difference.
Yeah.
So on that march, if he can get you an extra, you know, maybe 8 to 10, maybe more hits, it's definitely worth it.
I agree. Definitely agree. Oh my God. Bro, I don't like the purge. I'm going to be honest with you. Me personally, I don't like the purge.
The purge used to be my favorite event. It really was. It was because there's a lot of action in a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's real fast. There's a lot going on. And then, you know, I think before you could turn off the car animations, or before I realized you could.
Yeah.
It was so frustrating sitting there and like you're trying to click. There's people are marching from all over the place. And you're yelling at them, screaming like, "Stay on your own gang!"
I remember that, dude. It was horrible. It was horrible.
You got guys, they're marching across the top of one gang.
Yes.
To get to another one.
Yes.
I literally, and I listen. You know, I'm not always the nicest guy in the world, but I've kicked people out of my family mid-purge because I'm screaming at them in family chat, and they won't stop marching over the top of the gang I'm trying to hit.
Literally, bro.
And I'm like, listen, we have a strategy. If you're not going to follow the strategy, like, there's the door, and then I watch them march across again, and my head would explode, and I'd kick. You know, and like, sorry, like, you'll come back after the event, but you got to learn, like, you know,
that is so funny, dude. Oh my God.
Like, all caps, "I will kick you," and no response. Like, I know you're online. I see you attacking.
That
No,
is so funny.
He said, "No, you gotta go. Bye-bye. See you later."
There's the door. Don't let it hit you.
Yeah, right? Well,
Yeah,
while we're...
It was my favorite event.
Yeah, when did they add that feature where you can turn the cars off?
It's been a while now. Frick would probably know.
Right. That's a Frick question.
Yeah, shout out Frig, by the way. I see her in the chat Mafia right now.
That's a friggin' question.
That's good. That's good. Frig is the friggin' best, isn't she?
Yeah.
You know, she's not all bad.
Wait, she said...
She definitely...
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, She definitely knows some stuff about some stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, Frig just found Xeno City on her server.
There it is.
Yo, burn that shit up, dude.
Shots fired, motherfucker. Oh, my bad. We got to say that bad word.
Sterling would say, comment.
Comment. What is what does she mean when she said turning off car animation increases the likelihood of a double march?
Because when you can't see that somebody's marching.
For like on tiles, you got to remember to turn it back on.
Right. Yeah, you got to turn it back on.
Oh, okay.
You don't do that, you're gonna be super dumb all day.
Yeah, you could be going to a tile with somebody else and not even realize.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you're accidentally hitting somebody on a level 6 or something that you're not supposed
right.
to.
And you
I remember
drama.
I do remember when they first made this an option, and like before everybody was realizing that you could do it. There was definitely an influx of tile hits. People would turn it off, they'd forget, and then they'd come in, they'd send to it, and there were double marches like all over the place. And R6s battling in World Chat like it was an accident. Like, it's not an accident. You can see the line going to the. I'm like, no, they turned off their marches. Like, what do you mean they turned off their marches? I'm like, shut up, noob. You don't know what you're talking about. Like,
shut up, noob. He said, shut up, noob.
Shut up, noob. You know what you're talking about.
Yo, that's funny.
Those were crazy times. Like, people get so upset over stuff like that. Like, accidents happen, but like, there's definitely people that do it intentionally. They will double march you intentionally, you know. They see your line going out there, and their line's going out there, and then they click on that little accelerate button. They hit the nitrous, and they land first. And they're like, "Oh, you hit me!"
Oh God!
Trying to start the drama.
Right. That part.
Wait, upgrade.
Yeah, so turn that back on after the purge, guys. Don't forget. Very important,
Yeah.
especially with the resource event coming up. You know, how are you going to follow people to their tiles? Where they are if you can't see the lines for their march.
I think we lost you for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost me?
Yeah, just for a second.
No, I know what you said.
Yeah, you were
How
cutting
you
out.
follow those lines to the tile. I knew you were getting it. So.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you're good. All gravy train.
I have some exciting news for myself. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, before you head out of here, just so you don't head out of here without hearing it, we are going to pick up where we left off on Aztec's story the other day when the Wi-Fi went out and we lost service towards the end of the podcast. So we have that to look forward to. Also, Aztec also has some important things. I don't want to give out any spoilers or anything, but Aztec said that he might have some. Fuck it, he might just be dropping the mic on everybody tonight. I don't know. I'm not even sure what's on his mind, but I'm gonna let him figure that out. But I do think we have enough people in here to finish the story. I mean, you honestly had just gotten started with the story, so if you kind of want to recap on what it was and then continue from there.
Okay.
Hey, Doc.
What's up, Blair?
Real quick, last event thing. There's a daily sign-in, guys. Don't forget to sign in.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah. Make sure, hey, T-Rex is absolutely right. Go sign up. It's easy prizes. You click. That's it. Right.
Coincidentally, that's what I was gonna say. Was I got my first 2 cars. Excuse me.
Oh.
Yep. The Diamond and the Fang.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you just unlock those, like the first 2 little, like, you know, speed you up to go to the neutral gang, so I might have slapped you through the phone. But yeah, no, those are some good cars to have. Absolutely. Yeah,
finally, man. What color is the Fang? I think Venom Fang or some shit like that.
It's either I think when you get it up, it's either blue or purple.
Right, blue or purple, I think.
Okay, because I one of them is going right now. I got the blue one. I'm trying to see what the other one is that I got here. Let's see.
I think that's the Venom Fang, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really. I don't pay attention to details like that. Really, like what color it is. I probably should, because then I would know what car is with what march that's attacking me. But
Yeah, so I got like the ocean blue one, and then I've got like the dark blue, almost like navy blue. So I don't got the purple one yet.
Hey, breaking news from Nostradamus, from Xena. Xena is building a M29 on 29-1. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Xena is building a M29 on 29-1. Back to you, Chuck.
Wait, we are 29-1. We are 29-1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was, hello.
I thought she already had a 29-1.
Oh, wait. So,
Hi, guys. Are you coming back?
Wait.
Back to the party.
wait.
Let me say that one more time for y'all. Hi, exciting news. Xena's building an M29 on 29-1.
Wait, another? She means to say another M29.
No. Hey, hold on. Let's read the words. Let's not try to overread this shit. Xena's building a M29 on 29-1. Now let's go back to 29-1 where we're in, and what's that Beer's Mansion size right there? M29. Okay, we're done. Now we're moving right along in life. Okay, so pretty much she's saying, guys, she's chipping in. She's donating to the cause.
Well, is she building she building another one?
That's what I'm saying.
She's already built an M29. So, I don't think she needs that pack.
Yeah, Xena, donate the pack to somebody who needs it.
Yeah. Donate
Like me.
to your victims.
Yeah, like me.
That,
oh, wait, sorry.
Like me. Shit, donate to me. Shit.
Yeah, you can donate to.
Does that mean we're gonna have a second M29 running around with the bomb march?
I think so.
Bomb march.
That'd be awesome. I would love to see that.
That sounds so familiar. Bomb march.
I mean, as long the mute button, like Sterling says, is your best friend. So
yeah, it is.
You know,
you gotta use it sometimes.
The more M29s on the server, the better, right? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes it better for the server, though, low key. I don't mind it. Please. Come join us. Oh, please. Especially the ones that are undercover, but are not undercover. You know, the ones that think they're just hiding away, but they're really not hiding away. You know, the ones that mansions are building up so quick, but people don't act like nobody's seeing them. Yeah, those people. How y'all doing? Welcome to our server. God damn it.
He said welcome to our server.
There's a lot of those all of a sudden, huh? Those,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Welcome. You know, if I'd have known y'all were coming that soon, I would have had our family give y'all a welcoming gift or a partying or something. But you guys just didn't want us to welcome y'all, so moving on in life.
Okay, so remind me again, what was the story that you were telling, from the beginning?
Story. Okay, so we got time now. So here's what's happening. All right, so I was an R6 in a server, and in one of the servers that I was in, there was another R6, and me and this R6 never got along. Okay, yeah. Do I want to do this? I'll do it in a second. So this other R6, his name begins with a D. Okay, I'll just say that for right now. D, okay? And so what happened was I had a player by the name of Prolific, okay? And Prolific was a good player. And it was one of those things where we kind of made friends, you know? And he made friends with everybody in our family. So it wasn't nothing new, like how we became friends. Me, you, and T-Rex and others that are here. And we were playing, and then one night, you know, all of a sudden, something was off. You know what I'm saying? We would usually get on late at night because that's when he'll get off work. And we would just chop it up about the day, go hit some whatever neutrals and try out some shit. And so he never got back. And it was kind of odd. So the family was like, man, what's wrong with Prolific? Because he never stayed offline consistent. Let's just say that. So And then one day, his son texts us in Line app and says, my dad got into a bad car accident. And he's in a coma. He's really bad. He's hurt bad. Now, mind you, as a human being, the game went out the door, okay? And this is facts. And so what happened was I had gathered the family, and one of the individuals in the family was my R4. And I don't remember his name, but he's connected to all of this, okay? So he was one of our R4s, and me and him stayed in contact because low-key, us three would always be on the Line app together with a couple of other R4s and R3s. So it wasn't, so if it was planned, they did a hell of a job. Let's just say that. Gotta listen when I talk, guys, because I'll say shit indirectly so you can really pick up on shit. So what happened, I was like, man, fuck that. Since I was R6, I'm like, man, fuck that. Hey, you guys want to donate? And we sent flowers to his hospital room. And then what happened was I stayed up all night, not exaggerating, trying to find a police log about this dude's report because I found out what his name was. And so I couldn't find nothing. And then a couple of days later, his son comes back and says his dad died. And so that kind of fucked me up mentally. Understand? Like for real. Because we had this bond. And so what I did was I called for a vigil. And literally it was Kill Event weekend. And I called for a vigil that everybody circle around his mansion and put up a 3-day bubble, right? And so we did that. And then after, let's say like 2 weeks later, this R6 just out of left field was real disrespectful, was like, you know what I'm saying, kept saying he's all for the situation, but kept doing shit backwards, like backdooring people and start like really doing disrespectful shit. So I was like, fuck it, I'm out of here. And I literally quit the game for a couple years because like, how could you do some shit like that? Well, come to find out, this particular R6 by the name of Dar, and whoever the fuck is associated with Dar, if that's your boyfriend, listen, he did some fucked up shit. Straight up. And if he wants to come on the podcast and talk about it, we can definitely talk about it. But here's the thing, though. Dar and my R4 were in bed together. And I realized that when I moved to another server. Okay? And what happened was these fucktards played me and the family on a death that never really happened. So this individual was a spy, but they couldn't keep up spying, so they had to kill the spy off, right? Versus just dropping and just leaving. So they did something like mentally fucked up. So to this day, I have no respect for that fucktard. I can give two shits about him and who he's associated with. For real. Because that family had Lex. It was Lex in that family. It was Dar in that family. It was some other people in that family, right? And that was the story behind that, right? That's fucked up. And I don't care. You can deny it as much as you want to if you're on here listening to me. But that's what the shit does. And then that's why people look at certain people the way that they look at people, right? Because your past will come and catch up with you. Because I come to find out Dar and somebody else in this server is associated. Hello. We won't talk about that. Not at all. Because I'm not gonna put people business out there like that. But I can't do that.
Angel said my Lex? Question mark?
Yeah, you're Lex. Yeah, you're Lex. Lex who was running with Dar. Facts. Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
Go ahead, Rex.
Yeah, that's low. Fake somebody's death. Like, I've had friends of mine die in the game, and like Doc said, you make a vigil, and you get to know some people in this game pretty well, and then when you think you've lost them, like, it connects with you on a personal level, even though maybe you never met them in game. Like, you get to know some people very well, and there's people that if I found out they died that I played this game with, I would be genuinely upset.
I agree with
and
you.
Then if it was a hoax, that's fucking low.
Right.
Bro, it was a hoax though, and the reason why I knew it was a hoax because here's the thing: number one, I'm not fucking stupid, so I went through the police logs, highway logs for Missouri and the state of Kansas, looking for any car accidents that weekend, right? So I after that happened, I went back and did some research, and then I was like, oh, this was all made up, facts. For real. And then the thing is people were still playing on it. Like they were still playing with it. Oh, hey, he's gone, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, player. Like, this dude supposedly died, so I'm running with that. You know what I'm saying? But like, that is the most fucked up thing that ever happened to me in this game. And it's ironic how Mafia is blowing up now because people don't know about the shit, but it happened. Facts. And if my guy want to come on and we can talk about it, because at the end of the day, they may deny the shit, and that's okay. But that's what really happened. And so that's why I look at certain people a little different now. Facts. So
right.
That's what it is. Okay, and it's you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna leave it at that because if Dar didn't do it, like Zena says, somebody did it that was associated with that family, who had ties with my R4. So if he wants to deny that, that's fine. But it's ironic you're now understanding this event. Funny how people know the event when you speak on it, though. Facts.
Yeah, just to clarify, because I feel like sometimes we forget that these people don't really know anything about what we're talking about. Just to clarify, in case you guys are lost, somebody faked the death of a supposed quote-unquote real player who, in Aztec's mind, was a very real player because somebody was pretending to be this real player. Aztec built a tight relationship with this person, and so now this guy, as a part of like a coup or a kind of I don't know, it was part of their game strategy to do this, faked the death of somebody. And that this game can already have huge, devastating impacts on a person's mental state. Just because it's a war game and you already become not only financially, but time invested, emotionally invested, you know, as we all know, especially for veteran players who have been into so many servers and just got close with so many players, for somebody to do something like this, in my mind, is unforgivable. I could never forgive somebody for doing something like this.
So let me clarify some shit. Because I need people to get off of me stage right here. First off, I don't hate you because of that incident, Zena. I never said I hated you. So let's number one, let's not get on this chat Mafia saying, oh, is that the reason why AZ hates me? No. Number one, if I hated you, I would tell you right then and there that I hate you. I never hate you. I dislike your gameplay. There's a big difference, okay? Do I respect you? No, because you flip-flop. Now, does that mean that I hate you? That doesn't mean I hate you. I just don't respect some of your ways and how you do things, right? So, and if you know Dar, well, you know Dar. I didn't say I hated Xena because she knew Dar. You know what I'm saying? Never said that either. Like, don't misquote. Please don't. Because I'm going to tell you right now, listen, I pay attention. And if nobody figured that out, you're going to figure that out, okay? So, let's not do that. I'm not trying to spread no drama or nothing. We was telling stories, and this is one of the stories that was told. And unfortunately, your friend and his family was part of it. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to clear that air for everybody.
For sure, man. And I think there should be clarification. Hey, Olivia, what's going on? Let's see here.
Okay, hold on. So, Xena. So who is involved in that situation? Since you're saying it pissed you off and you left the family, so that tells me you were aware of that situation, right?
And she's co-signing it happened.
She's friends with Dar.
There's no denying. She's not denying it happened. She's saying it upset her and angered her.
That's what I'm saying. So, right. And once again, I just want clarity. Like, I would love some clarity on it if you know it. So You know what I'm saying? Like, so was Zach in the family too? Because I can tell you right now, I didn't know Zach was playing in that server.
Interesting.
All right, roger that.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait. Are you saying Zach had something to do with that?
No, I'm not saying Zach had anything to do with it.
No, I'm saying
what
Xena,
Xena's
though.
Saying,
Xena.
so who was the creator then? Because you knew, and if you want to sidebar me and email me, that's fine. You don't even have to say it on podcast. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But that shit did go down. So I could be crazy, but that's some fucked up craziness that was done. We'll just say that.
Right. Yeah, me personally, like I said, man, to me, anybody who's even very closely connected to something like that, I couldn't forgive. That's just taking it to a completely different level. But guys, it looks like TDF family has almost 1 million points for this event. It looks like we're the first ones ranked here. I somehow ranked 5th in the family, which is pretty cool, I think. Seeming that I only attacked a couple times, I wasted about 30 or more 8-hour speed ups on the neutral gang event, so I was a little burnt out. But I'm glad to see our family doing so well in the event. It looks like Sterling popped in here. Whenever you have time or you can, Sterling, just letting the people know that you are in the doorway, ready to say hi. So we appreciate you even attempting to be here tonight. Shout out all Chat Mafia members. If you guys missed it, Doc, or AKA Docstradamus, just kind of gave his version of the story he started in the previous podcast episode when the Wi-Fi went out. So we kind of touched up on that. I know he might have some more stuff. I think he's still figuring out what he kind of wants to do with that information. T-Rex, oh, there is the man himself. Sterling, welcome back to the podcast, brother.
Hey, I was so curious how things went so different from what you told me the plan was.
What's that?
Sometimes we make a left when we should have made it right. But, you know, I think
Hang on.
That's hilarious.
I think
Sterling, we did start off in the direction we said
Yeah.
it was going to go. We really did.
My dogs are still kind of acting up a little bit.
You're good, buddy.
We were just following where we left off.
Yeah, we left a lot of people hanging on the last episode. We had a packed house, and then the Wi-Fi went out, so I felt like it wasn't fair to just leave them hanging off the story. Definitely need to clear that up, but we still have a lot to talk about. FCL strategy, KCL strategy, regular war strategy within your server, and then because I've never been there before, into a server merger. Maybe there might be some strategies that you know that you've used in the past or heard about that we could talk about.
Yeah, so what do you want to talk about first?
So I would like to talk about regular war strategy, whether it's a new server and you got your first kill event or a kill event coming up. I definitely want to talk about some strategies because I've seen some before. I actually thought about this when I was looking at everybody putting garrisons around their cities on KE, and I was like, man, that's actually a really great. We haven't covered stuff like that, putting garrisons up, why that's important, and I know there are a lot of other strategies you can use. So I think that would be fun to first start there.
Well, so when people are putting garrisons up, it's different when you're doing Trader Purge, but with garrisons around war strategies, what you're basically trying to do is just put as much distance as possible between you and just anybody in the family center and anybody that might attack you. So, I've seen servers that have put, I don't know, maybe 4 layers of cities outside the family center. Like, they would create a farm, create a mansion 6, and then just reset it. and then move on and start another one on the same account, and basically do like 4 or 5 different layers around famous. And it's really annoying when you have to go up against that, but it's pretty effective actually.
City wall.
Yeah. So it's well, at least that's what that is. But I don't know. As far as just like regular war strategies, I mean, not to give Frigg PTSD, but like when we had our very first server war, our original plan was to just basically play defense because you have no idea who you're going to go up against.
Right.
So our original plan was to basically play defense. If there was going to be a bubble drop, then you send re-ins or whatever. But we're like 15 minutes in, and nothing's happening, and we see all these unbubble cities, and we're basically like, how about we go fuck shit up? And, that's how that weekend went. So we were fortunate the very first one that there really wasn't anybody that could stop us, but things have changed a lot since then, obviously. But I don't know. Do you have any questions about like what we talked about so far?
Yeah. So again, you said there are multiple different things I've seen done as far as garrisons go. And I do want to say to the people who are vets, I get you guys have all been here, done that. It's not very important to you, but I know just from looking at the subscribers that we got, some of the feedback that I've got, we have to keep in mind that the knowledge we're spreading, yeah, it's great for older players, but it's absolutely crucial for newer players. So can you explain from a newer perspective, a nuanced perspective, what this whole garrison thing is about? Me personally, I know that if I were to stick all these garrisons outside of my city and I'm attacking with my main march and I've got the rest of my marches outside of my city, that's to keep those marches, or should I say all of my troops from inside of my city, being killed or injured if an enemy were to teleport in or speed their car and smash my city. At least I wouldn't have those troops home, right? That's the main reason?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So just tactically, you're not sending the marches out full. You don't want troops in because people are going to attack them. And if it's sitting outside of your base, then you're going to lose the advantage of having the defense in your base. But the reason you're doing this, like you send it out no capos, one button man, and then strategy-wise, some people put it right next to their mansion. Some people will send them, I've seen as far as like 15, 20 minutes away because they don't want them to get hit, and then you have to deal with, like, it's returning home. If you have marches sitting in your mansion, they're going to defend. The most powerful march there is going to defend if you're attacked. So the whole concept is you remove everything but the, generally your F1 is what you're attacking with. And then you don't have to worry about those marches sitting there so that when somebody comes and ports in on you and they attack, now you're defending with, a less powerful march than what your main battle march is. So again, you're sending out one button man, it could be next to, like, I like to sometimes put them next to my mansion if I'm porting to an area that I'm kind of like semi in the open, but I want to close off some areas to make sure that if someone does port to me, they have to march a little bit further to get to me, and it buys you a couple of seconds of extra time to react to them showing up. Other people, like I said, they'll them like 10 minutes away because, again, if they are attacked and you're going to lose because you only have one button man in it, it's going to slow march. It's going to slow march back, and once it lands, you can be attacked, and the whole, it's basically just going to autofill that march to defend with, and that's a very easy march for most, especially spenders, to defeat. And then once that happens, like I said, when Brazilian Don comes in and he spam attacks you, you're gonna get zeroed really fast. So that's the strategy. If there's nobody home, nobody will defend. If that makes sense strategically. And then all you have to worry about is that your main force moving back and forth. So whenever that your main force comes back in, you're susceptible to being attacked again. So you have to be careful and be ready to move him right back out again. Even if you're sending it, like if you want to bubble up, let's say somebody ports on you, you want to bubble up, and send it to a neutral gang. Send it towards a resource tile. Because once you do an actual attack against another player, you can't bubble. So send it to a non-PvP area, and then put your bubble on. You don't have to sit there with it in your mansion and try to, rapidly find where your bubble is or to put one on, because that's just buying time for the person attacking you to land marches and take you out.
So I'm glad you said that, because and thank you for that information. I think I even have a better kind of understanding now, but is there anything you can do to give your city better defense? Is there anything you can equip on your hotel? Is there anything you can do to help you in defending your city?
Real quick, everything that Rex was saying is 100% accurate. Just a couple other things you should know. When you're sending troops towards a neutral gang, if your city is unbubbled, if you don't bubble up before it hits the neutral gang, somebody can port in, hit the neutral gang instead, put either their city there or their own troops there, and then you hit them.
Oh, shit.
Make sure you bubble up before it hits the neutral gang. Otherwise, you can still get fucked up. And anytime you're unbubbled, you can still get cobbed. So those are the only things. So
once you hit Mansion 16, guys, you cannot hide your troops. You can be cobbed. And if you're cobbed, you're fine. You're in a lot of trouble. And also the other thing, too, you can be auto-ported. So if somebody has the time to sit there and attack you till your wall hits 0 and you get ported, you and all of those garrisons that maybe you're hiding or, reinforcements in another player's city or whatever, they're going to go with you. They're going to get recalled and they're going to go with you. And if they find you on the map again, and they will, they're going to come port over to you again, and now everybody's home, and they're going to 0 you.
Yep.
Jeez almighty, man. Okay, let me ask you this. Well, first, I didn't get an answer from my other question. Is there anything? Yeah, you're good, bud. Is there anything you can do to help with, defending your city? Is there anything you can equip on your hotel? Is there any capos that you should focus on as far as city defense?
Yeah, so like if you're planning on taking a hit, there's definitely things you can do. I think it's what Philip hit whenever you activate his 5-star or whatever it is. You take 25% less damage. So there's a bunch of different things that you can do as far as capos related that'll do that. Then there's I thought I remember saying I was in and out earlier on, just getting settled, but somebody had mentioned Jack Waltz. One of his abilities is that if you get attacked and you lose, the first time that it happens, it washes the attack. So you don't lose anything. The other person doesn't lose anything. It's like it didn't happen.
Wait. Hold on. Restart that again.
Yeah. So, do you have Jack Waltz yet, or do you have him in the hotel?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Recruited. Yes, I do. I have him.
Yeah. So if you look at Jack Waltz, I think it's his 5-star.
I'm trying to bring it up, but my everything is all blurry for some reason. I don't know what is going on with this phone. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm probably going to break it in the driveway.
You need to turn your dial up one dial up.
What the fuck is going on with this thing, bro? I can't even see my screen right now.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, basically, yeah, there's your details. It looks horrible, but it should be the 5-star there.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
After this skill has been launched. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Well, I can't now. It just went away again. I don't know what it's doing.
Oh, yeah. So basically, after the skill is activated, if you turn that on and your bubble drops, or you drop it on purpose, you can take a hit. If you win, then you just win the fight. You take whatever damage that you got. You take all the wounded or whatever. But if, say, a mansion 35 ports in on your mansion, and then sends a march at you and you lose, it just basically erases the fight, like nothing happened.
What the fuck, bro?
Oh, I'm back. You're talking about that Capo skill, correct?
Jack Waltz. Yeah.
So it only happens one time. So if, like you were mentioning, if somebody ports in and then just spams marches at you, the first one is going to get erased, but you'll still take all the other hits.
But
Yes.
bro, that's huge. That is absolutely huge. Okay, so the question is,
So,
can you have Jack Waltz and Philip Tattaglia on your hotel at the same time or no?
yes, absolutely.
Holy shit. Are you serious?
You can add in with that as well. I forget which one it is. It may have been the third trade for Star Knight, but one of the exclusive cars, one of the traits basically lets you, if you get attacked and you lose, it still gives you an automatic bubble for a certain period of time.
Wow.
So it's not very long. But
I think it's 20 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
no. So that's if somebody reinforces you with Pentangeli.
Yes.
Yeah, if somebody reinforces you with Pentangeli and you get attacked, it basically does the same thing. It washes the fight and you get an automatic bubble for 20 minutes. You used to be able to stack those up like one after the other, and basically, as long as you had unlimited amounts of Pentangeli, you had unlimited amounts of 20-minute bubbles. But they changed it up recently to where you only get one 20-minute bubble and then you can't do it again. But Star Knight will allow you to get I think I got mine up to about 3 minutes. I think it's like 180 seconds. So yeah, like if you get attacked and you lose, it still gives you an automatic bubble. But after whatever the certain amount of time is, you lose the bubble again. So.
Right.
Damn, dude, I had no idea. It's like, okay, so now I understand why the grind for capos is forever long. Because you have capos for every reason, really.
Yeah, well, that was kind of my original. I tried to make kind of a plan for doing, like the introduction to capos, doing non-battle capos, and then doing battle capos, and going through all that.
Yeah,
and we're kind of getting into that already, but yeah,
that's amazing, dude. So Starry Night is one that you definitely want to go for, right?
Yeah, once obtained, the first time you get hit and your defense fails. And then I guess you can increase it as you go, but at maximum, yeah, it's 90 seconds, so a minute and a half.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
bubble up.
The more you upgrade that, the longer it is, but it's still not a long time. I think, like I said, mine's up to like 180 seconds by now. But yeah, just point of note: your best point of advice is to just don't get hit. So,
Yeah. Solid advice.
All right, guys, here's the game plan. Win.
yeah, just don't lose.
Yeah, just don't lose. Yeah. Damn, so
My mentor, hey, you gonna bubble or burn?
right? You sink or swim.
Not to go too deep into the capos, but like you got another one that you end up using. I mentioned the other night when we were talking about, I forget which episode it was, but there's one of the capos, it's Vito, that when you activate the 5-star, it does two different things. One, when you activate that skill, if you start a cob on another player, they still get the notification, but the rest of the family doesn't. But
Right.
The second part of that is that your troops, if you get attacked, basically nobody does nothing. They just go to the homeless line and they just act like nothing happened. Nobody fights, nothing happens. You lose nothing.
What the fuck?
That's tough.
You see, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. in like the 7 years on and off I've been playing this game, it wasn't until McCluskey doing the Neutral Gangs for me that I said, holy shit, I've been playing this game all wrong. And to be honest with you, given that I've fucked up so much with my capo since the beginning, imprints, hobby items, skills, right? Basically everything. Now that I'm thinking about it, if I were to restart this entire server and I could do it any other way, I would invest in all of these defensive capos like we just talked about. I would invest in like, Jack Wallace, McCluskey, all Tom Hagen, all of the capos that give you extra stats on like just extra everything. And obviously the defensive capos, I would start there because I haven't fought anybody. The only people I'm fighting technically are martial arts studios, so it's not as though I need my capo, my battle capos immediately. So yeah, if I were to restart, I think I would have played it a lot smarter, invested the hobby items into these capos that are going to help me in the long run, and I would probably even be in a better situation than I am right now. That's my advice personally. Is I would definitely, do it that way.
Oh, I was just going to say, there's kind of a roadmap that I was working on that I'm not going to get into just in case we decide to go back in and record that episode. But yeah, like there's a few capos that are going to do better for you when you're first starting out. And then there are ones that are going to be able to give you the resources and all this other stuff for later on. So we'll put that in the pocket and save it for another time.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Okay, and so when we watched the videos that you sent me, and by the way, guys, the can't remember if it was KCL, FCL, one of them videos, that Sterling sent that in, but he couldn't get on the call that day. So really, to me, outsider looking in, somebody who has no idea what the hell is going on in that inside that video, really, to me, it just looked like I was standing on the side of a NASCAR track and cars are just fucking absolutely flying like lightning all over the place. That is all. I mean, I had an idea of what you guys were trying to accomplish, and I found out from Frigg and a couple other people later what was going on. But you weren't there to kind of walk us through what was going on. So as far as a KCL and FCL are concerned, are the strategies the same?
No. Sort of, but no.
Okay, so let's start with FCL first.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some... go ahead, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, finish your question.
Well, what are the first... As soon as you get in to the FCL and it starts, walk me through from a new... Like I said, nuanced. Fuck all the veteran stuff. The veteran stuff is the information itself. But try to put yourself in someone's like my shoes who's never really had an experience with it.
Okay. So there's a large gap there. Just let's start with that. When you're talking about FCL, there's a couple of things that go into it. The first thing that you got to figure out, and this is typically done ahead of time, is you want to figure out how you want to arrange your cobs. So if you're not doing that, then you're probably going to lose. But as a newer server, the best advice I can give, figure out what's going to be the best cob arrangement for you. In general, the best thing to do is to go heavy on whether it's guns, knives, cobs, or guns, whatever. Go heavy on something. If you go mixed on everything, you're probably going to lose everything. Okay?
So
the other thing with capos you got to remember is that if you lose a cob, then you're probably going to exhaust a capo and you can't use it anymore. And not only is that going to impact initiative, but you're going to impact your HP, your attack. You're going to impact everything. So equip your best capos for whatever the type of cobs that you want to use. Okay?
Okay, pause for just a second. Yep. I have my $5 ready for the noob jar. But You can exhaust your capos.
In these events, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Wait, you said elites? What?
Yeah, in the FCL, KCL, like if you lose badly enough,
Yeah.
Capo becomes exhausted, and he's no longer accessible to you during that particular event.
Right.
How did I not know this?
Put
What?
$5 in. Put $5
He
in.
catches a beat down, and he can't get up and continue anymore.
What is this, Rocky?
He got
Is
fucked
this-
up. Put it that way.
Yeah. You gotta send somebody in his place.
Okay.
He's in the hospital with IVs on both arms. That's how bad it was.
Okay, let's stay on track. Should I say let me stay on track here? Okay, so you're saying the best information you could give somebody who just is starting out in FCL is to organize your cobs correctly. So you're saying have all your knives in one, all your bombs in one, and all your guns in the other, or however you want to set them up, depending upon the capos you're using, correct?
Yeah, more or less. Like we're gonna get into cob arrangement, basically. If we keep going down this road, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But basically, think about it this way: like if you just take your standard cob at just the smallest level, imagine 16,500 troops attacking another 16,500 troops. Whoever attacks first is going to have the advantage. Okay. So, yeah.
Okay.
So there's basically going to be a couple of trains of thoughts. One is you can either go super heavy on the attack and assume or hope that you're going to take out all the other baits that the opposing family is using. The other route to go is to go heavy on baits and assume that you're going to be able to either have the initiative or you have enough baits to be able to survive the first couple of hits. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Tracking?
Yes. I'm just trying to soak all this in. Okay. So,
Yeah.
who the heck was I talking to earlier? I want to say maybe it was T-Rex. Talking about a capo. Oh, Rex, this is the perfect opportunity. You said you wanted to ask him about the leaving Al Neri out of the
Corleone.
what? Yeah,
Talking about
Corleone.
Corleone.
Yes. Perfect timing. Perfect.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I know he's very good for KCL, FCL, but maybe we can come back to this and circle back around. I wanted to get your thoughts on using him as a main battle capo, like in KE or something like that, with a knife march, because I know you lose Giuseppe and Antonio's 15% bonus that they get for working with each other and Neri. But do you think that the increased march size and the addition of an awakened skill, a book skill, and an outfit makes him viable to put into a regular attack march?
You could. In my opinion, if you're going to do knives, either do, like you said, Giuseppe, Al Neri, and Antonio, or go like Ultra HP and do Bruno, Clemenza, and Aiden. To me, Michael is one that's mainly used just for cobs, in my opinion.
Right.
But
Okay.
yeah, the Ultra HP, like that is a stout march. If you have everything maxed in that is just an absolute ton of HP. And like Clemenza gives you an attack bonus, Bruno gives you damage reduction versus cars. Like it's an ultra, like if you want to go like anti-cars, that's the route to go.
Okay. And the reason I thought that was actually a good question to ask was because I wasn't exactly sure if Michael Corleone was just a cob guy or if people tend to use him more in KCL, FCL for cobs.
Yeah, it's mainly a cob guy, but I was just, trying to do a little outside the box thinking because each of his, his awakening and then his book and his outfit, they all add to coordination, which is going to increase your regular march size as well. So I was just thinking, could that supplement, the amount of hit points and damage that you can do, adding like 300 or 400 extra troops if you're losing those two 15% bonuses?
Let me preface my previous answer with saying that, like, the typical march size in my zone now is probably upwards of like 3,000 to 4,000. So coordination is not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Yeah. So in other servers, possibly yes. But in my server, no. In other servers, you could, the extra coordination. I've seen people do it. Just not in my server. I don't have a lot of experience with people fighting with him.
Okay.
And then if you you mentioned Aiden, that's one of those capos that you were saying before, like a later game capo, because if I'm not mistaken, he also does more damage when you're fighting somebody from another server.
Yeah, there's a couple of things. Like, his 5-star is pretty stout, but again, we're getting into the capo stuff that I hopefully we can make some training material based on that. But
1,000%, 1,000%, bro.
Roger that. Okay. So back to KCL, FCL.
Mm-hmm.
We'll circle back now. What do you when you go into that? Do you generally have a like a battle plan going in? Like, do you assign certain players to cob certain buildings and then reserve maybe like your bigger guys to just go after the center city, or do you kind of like call that out as the event is going on and figure it out as you go?
Great question.
Both. Yeah, both actually. The strongest servers, and I'm kind of disappointed Xena is not in the chat to kind of check me on this. But yeah, you have a plan going in. Everybody has an assignment to join certain cobs. So like, you'll have one person that's designated to start like a cob on one block, and so forth. So if you add up the math, if you take 3 blocks of the central blocks in the middle of FCL or KCL, and you're able to hold on to those, I mean, that's all you got to do. So your main strategy is, if you take FCL, KCL, if you take 3 of the 4 central blocks and you hold on to them the entire event, then you basically won.
And also, I have seen, like, where I've been doing the event where we've lost those, but we were able to take the headquarters at the end of our opponent, and that was enough points to put us over the top.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so like, if you can take those central blocks at any point and hold them for a certain amount of time, that's definitely going to help.
Mm-hmm.
If you take the central blocks at the beginning, at least 3 or 4 of them, or 3 out of the 4, then I mean, you're talking the math just doesn't add up. So if you hold on to 3 of the 4 central blocks from the beginning, you win the event. You don't even need the HQ.
Oh wow!
But yeah, HQ definitely helps, obviously, but yeah, too many people focus on, I think, the villages and the other buildings. I think pretty much everybody ends up losing the guardhouse and the hospital.
Right.
Like, we typically will only defend 1, sometimes. But
Okay.
Central blocks have to be the focus.
Right. I think everybody kind of races out to get those initial points that you get for conquering it first, and then they're totally okay with like recalling that march to use for the central blocks. Once you get those couple hundred points. But like you said, those central blocks they're paramount towards winning that event. That's usually what I do, and the reason we ask, or not me, but in families I've been in the past, is we kind of set up that strategy beforehand. Okay, so and so and so and so, you're going to go hit this, and then you guys are going to hit that, and then we kind of leave our bigger guys toward to take the center blocks at the beginning, because they have the largest cop capacity.
Right.
And then, like you said, do we send out, like something real heavy in one area, or are we going to play like that defensive? But we use that first 3 minutes that you get to set up to kind of scour the opponent real quick and look at who's there, what mansions they have, maybe what capos they've developed, or at least with what they show you in the game, and kind of try to get a read on what they might be sending at us, and then also using that 3 minutes to set your marches up.
Okay. Yeah.
You can when you go into the event, for those that haven't done it, you select your troops and your capos and everything that are going in. But when you get there, nothing's set up for you.
Right.
So
You gotta set it yourself.
in an effort to expedite how quickly you can get to the center blocks and such, you can go like you're going to reinforce somebody on your team or your family, and set your marches up that way, and then click over to the next march, and then the next march. You only get 3 of them, so set those up and make sure you assign the cars that go with them, because they're not there either. And you get a couple minutes in the beginning to do this and to strategize. Then that way, once the horn sounds and everybody's off to the races, you can jump in the cobs you're supposed to, and your marches are already set up, and you're not slowing your team down, because Sterling was saying, if you're the first one there, it's really advantageous.
Okay. So I'm getting that there's not a huge difference in FCL and KCL, other than the fact that you can team up with random people for KCL, and then FCL you can only team up with family members, correct? No?
That's one main difference.
Yeah,
okay.
That is accurate, but there are some bigger differences. So, in KCL, you only have 5 people. What to know? That's been covered before.
Uh-huh.
So 5 people versus 20. There's such a huge difference when you're talking about Cobb versus Cobb, 20 versus 20 versus 5 versus 5. So when you're talking about 5 versus 5, whoever attacks first really has an advantage. And what usually ends up happening, and this is kind of one of my complaints about it, is that if you have a block, and say you have control of central block number 2, and you get attacked and you win, what ends up happening is that everybody ends up recalling their troops and resetting their formation based on what they had before. But if you do the same thing but you lose, what ends up happening is that everybody that just won the Cobb from the other team, they recall their troops too, and then somebody else will just send a Cobb to retake that block. So there's, I don't know. Maybe that's just my experience. I don't know.
I think that's more true with like the older servers. The newer ones with the smaller capacities seem to play a little bit different, where you can actually leave some marches there and defend.
Yeah.
Especially if you have your bigger, stronger players, and like you have the more dominant team per se, you can hold it better, I think, with the newer servers than maybe you can with the older ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and regardless, FCL, KCL, one thing to remember is that whoever initiates the Cobb, if you send it and you win, if you remove those troops from the block, you lose their initiative. Okay?
Okay. What about... So, when you're playing, it's keeping the score in real time, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and T-Rex was saying that you could... And each block that you're controlling, gives you a different amount of points per second or minute you hold it. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's certain buildings that the first time you claim it, you get a flat number of points. And then, if you lose it, you're not going to lose the points or anything. But that's why there's the race to get out there. People think that if they can get ahead by like 1,000 points, it's a huge difference. But like Sterling said, you can overcome that by controlling the center blocks for the longer period of time.
Yeah, and Angel just said, yeah, Archer's right. This is more true in FCL. IMO, people take the blocks with full forces, so you just have to wait until they recall. Awkward. I see what he's saying. But that leads me to the second part of my question, which is,
Well, he said KCL to update.
oh, I'm sorry, KCL. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do people have different strategies going into KCL and FCL, or is it the same as far as take the block first, get the points, try and hold on to it as long as possible? Are they the same strategies?
No, they're very different. I mean, they're similar, but very different in FCL, anyways. And I'm speaking from my experience, so it's not going to be like most people's experience. Generally speaking, like whenever we start a cob on block 1, 2, 3 or 1, 3, 4, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
we typically, I mean, we want FCL for a reason. So,
Mm-hmm.
If we win the cob and we take the block, you'll have people that will refresh their baits or refresh their troops. So, if somebody sends, well, not to whatever, but whatever troops they send, if they lose them in the fight, they can go recall the troops, heal them, and then send them back. And then you have your original cob formation essentially back set to go. So
God, that just sounds like a heart attack. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's super stressful. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Like, I feel like I feel like I wouldn't even want to do it with people who I care about's opinion of myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to drag down the group, not really knowing what I'm doing. Like, first of all, we'd have to be in a phone call, 100%. Second of all, I'm gonna have to take notes and have all of this shit in front of me. That way, I'm not freaking out when you guys are sending cars flying all over the place, and I'm just trying to keep up, knowing what to do. Like, it's, I know. Again, I'm putting money in the noob jar, but it does sound like a lot, dude. It sounds like a lot.
Communication is definitely key. Planning, organization, and communicating throughout the event. If you can't do it, you're not going to win. Like, you get people that come in sometimes, they don't know what they're doing, and they don't listen, and they just start sending random cops all over the place.
That's what I mean. I don't want to do that.
This is not an individual event. You have to work well, whether it's 5 people or 20. You have to work well as a team and all be on the same page, or else you're just spinning your wheels and you're not getting anywhere. Like, if you're sending a cob out there on your own, all by yourself, and you only have like 600, 700 troops in there, you're not doing any good. Because somebody's going to come along with 2 or 3 other helpers or something. They're going to wipe you out. You're not benefiting your family, and then your troops are going to be in the hospital. They need to be healed. You might exhaust the capos that you sent there. And now, without those main capos, and if you can't heal because maybe you don't have the points to buy the heals or whatever, you're useless.
Yeah, exactly.
So, don't put yourself there.
Yeah, the other difference between KCL and FCL, and this was something that I think Freak had a suggestion about from the other night, was that in FCL you still have to basically pay for your healing of the troops. So you got resources that are going to be consumed when you heal troops. So that's kind of like my biggest thing, is that like the cash, wood, oil, all that stuff, that's fine. I got plenty of that to burn. But the clean cash, the stuff that's been laundering, that is really, really tough, especially when you're talking about like T9, T10, 1011, that type of stuff. But
wait, hold on a second. You have to heal. You have to heal your troops from KCL or FCL outside of KCL and FCL.
No. During the event, you have healing abilities. So KCL, you don't have any issues. All you have to do is buy the speed ups. You don't have any resource that is there's no resources that you got to spend. In FCL, they're discounted, but they're still there.
Oh
so
my
you gotta
god!
Spend cash. Depending on the troop tier. So you got to spend the clean cash, the cash, wood, steel, oil, all that.
Yep. And it's not the same. It's not the same healing speed ups either. You have to get event specific ones from doing the event and earning points. So as you're trying to, one of the big differences with the older servers, newer servers, the older servers, they have all their ornaments and everything already in place. So that's why everything is a speed march, everything's speed heal, because all their points go towards that. The newer servers, while you're trying to save up 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 points towards opening certain ornaments, those speed ups become a little bit, more expensive feeling because you don't have as many points that you want to use towards them. That's the biggest difference, or one of the bigger differences I've noticed in the older servers. The newer ones is the old ones, like everything's just super fast. It's like a racetrack, like you said. The newer ones, like you get the big spenders can afford to, speed around and do all that stuff, but the average player, they don't have all those, KCL points accumulated. So, when you click on your mansion after you lose, or even if you win, you're still gonna have wounded troops. You click on your mansion and you go to heal, and you're looking at it, you're like, oh wow, it's like 6 hours. And you got to use 6 1-hour speed ups from that event. You do not have access to your regular speed ups.
Okay.
Correct.
See, and this is a lot, guys, and I know, like I said, there's a lot of vets watching this. I don't want to beat this horse to death. So I will have to have these conversations with, the wise men, as I call you guys. So that way I don't bore these people to death to actually know about this, because I do want to do a whole training video on KCL, FCO, and all this, as well as the other training videos. As for those of you who are watching this, listen, Beerus, you're awesome, dude. I am aligned. My loyalty is to the family that I am in. And so I can't accept your friend request for that reason. I like you as a person. I don't know much about you as a player. So I'm gonna deny your friend request here. Simply for that reason. It's nothing against you personally, man. It's just, it's the game. Feel free to contact me on Discord anytime, or line up. You got me. So we've covered, regular strategy. We've covered some FCL and KCL strategy. We recapped on Doc's story that we got cut off from last time. We've talked about a few other things, but I do have to ask, and I'll do this questionnaire like last time before we get out of here, guys. What, and I know, Sterling, your ignore button cannot be the answer, okay? For this one time, this cannot be the answer. I need an actual answer as far as advice goes on this. What is a good strategy? And I would have liked this game to, I would liken it to like the Big Brother reality show, right? Where it's all about strategy, and Doc's been saying it since the beginning. This is strategy over anything else. So, start with T-Rex this time. What is one piece of advice you could give somebody as far as starting out on a new server, and what's a strategy that might work to try and get you to endgame?
So on a personal note, I always try to learn from the mistakes I made on the previous server. You're learning all the time. You're always acquiring new knowledge. So setups change as the game evolves. Drivers weren't always, the big ticket item, and then they came into fashion and they got overpowered, and now knives kind of are making a comeback. So as you learn from the mistakes that you made. Like if you sat there and dropped, millions of resources into resource tech and development tech, you don't really need that stuff that much. Keep your focus onto your combat techs and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people are don't focus, your capos. As you learn and you're picking up knowledge, hone your skills. So learn from your mistakes, don't make them again, and always try to improve the next time that you come out.
Nice piece of advice. I like it a lot. And what about you, Sterling?
Let me talk about the ignore button real quick. I mean, it's it's very different if you're talking about R6 versus anything else. So, for one, you got to figure out what your game is. Are you going to be a fighter or are you going to be a gatherer? Because those are two very different things. If you're going to be free to play, it's very difficult to do both of those. So you got to figure out which way you want to invest in your resources. So that would be kind of my short answer, is that figure out what you want your game to be and then go from there.
Great answer as well. Doc, you want to say anything to the people? You guys want to say anything to the people before we head? Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot. I have to mention this. Guys, really quick. So I want to do Mafia nights, okay? Mafia party night. I'm trying to figure out what day of the week. I need your guys' suggestions. Please go into either the ACG Discord Chat Mafia tab and throw your suggestions out there, or you can do the Chat Mafia and the Godfather official Discord. I want to know, what are some movies or TV shows we could play in the background while we're doing a kind of just a fun, chill Mafia night? Somebody already said, Zena already said, obviously, the Godfather movie. I think that would be a great suggestion. It's very long. I know a lot of people who play this game haven't even seen it. So I think it would be cool to have it playing in the background, especially on a night that, we can give Sterling and T-Rex a break, from constantly having to be on here all the time. I do appreciate you guys coming on and would love to have you guys on here as much as possible. But again, any great Mafia ideas or Mafia movies and TV shows that you guys could put on the list, and I'll definitely figure out a way to play them in the background. You guys give us your suggestions. We'd love to hear from you. But again, Sterling, T-Rex, Doc, anything you want to say to the guys before we get out of here?
Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
That part. What about you, Sterling?
Come on back.
That part. Honestly, guys, trust the process. Okay. You're gonna get aggravated. Okay. There's gonna be mental blocks that arise in this game, but that's why you got family. Okay. So trust your leaders, trust your family. And like Sterling says, you got to pick your way. You got to go one way or the other. You can't go both. You can't mix. It's going to get harder and harder. So once you figure that out and you come up with a game plan and you ask leaders for assistance and on certain things, trust the process. And I assure you, you'll be happy. We have one right now, and I'm gonna shout her out. Her name is Honeybee, aka Lisa Mack.
Mm-hmm.
She's trusting the process, and I shout her out because she was on the verge of quitting.
Yep.
But it took some conversation with me, Smooth, Liv, Rex, a couple others to be like, "Hey, no need to quit. We're gonna be here with you." And so, when you have a family like that, it makes it that much easier and comforting. So that's my 2 cents regarding that situation.
Right. Okay. Anything you want to say to the people real quick?
Hours on joining new servers, but that's good advice from both those guys.
Yep. Well, guys, if that's it, nothing else you want to say, I really appreciate all y'all being here. Like always, shout out to Chat Mafia. Shout out to our moderators. Shout out to Frigg, the official Godfather Discord moderator. Shout out to the developers for backing these prizes, the giveaway prizes, as well as the tournament prizes. So thank you all so much. Same time tomorrow. And I promise tomorrow I will have those dates for you guys. I've been promising them. I kind of was waiting for word back from the developers on that, but you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and set the dates, and they can just kind of ride the wave with us. But until next time, guys.